Welcome back to Weathering the Weather with Ed.
Got that right.
I'm Mark Rushlow, and this is my co-host,
Ed Cohen. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do it myself, yeah.
Well, this is our fourth episode of Weathering the Weather. So far, what have we covered? We've covered...
Stop that. Late spring, late winter, early spring weather.
You sure?
You don't want to live, do you? And we did fronts with chilly back, and the other one with clouds with the Muppets and everything else.
Clouds.
The ducket.
And today,
we're doing air masses. Yes.
By popular demand, we're doing air masses.
It wasn't popular. Nobody voted for it.
Oh yeah. What can you do? So actually, I was a little remiss last week. Remiss. Yes, it's a big word.
Can you spell remiss?
I can. I'm not going to though. I was a little remiss. I didn't mention our brand new set. Look around. This is awesome. This was donated by an anonymous donor.
Who?
An anonymous donor.
I remember him.
It means we don't know who he is.
No, really? Thank you.
See how fancy schmancy this is?
No, I don't.
Big bucks here.
Yeah,
I want you to know.
Oh, sorry.
Don't touch
the
desk.
table. Sorry.
You'll scuff the shiny parts.
Shut up and go.
All right, so we're going to have another fun show for you today, but first we have a very serious topic that we want to broach. So
Broach? You're a sicko.
All right, so Ed.
Yeah. Oh. I wrote a book on meteorology. I know you'll love to see it, and it's backwards up there. Good. This will give you basically it goes with any textbook in meteorology.
Any textbook.
That's A-N-Y, any. Thank you.
Big words for you.
It says standalone study guide. I have to read it. Meteorology by Edward Cohen. I hear he's brilliant.
That's you.
Is it really? I have to check my sleeve. All right. And this is being sold for $25. It's for charity. Yes, it's for Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson Research. So it's $25. Every book that gets sold, net proceeds goes to that foundation. Okay, it's only $25. So far, I've collected just under $500. Well, no, actually, I'm at $500.
Congratulations.
We're going for what? We'll try for $1,000 by the end of May.
1,000?
All right.
We can do that.
I hope so. We can do it next week, right? Or 2 weeks.
With your help, we can.
That's right.
Do you like how I did that?
I do. It's supposed to be serious. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you see that picture in the background, that's me. That picture alone is worth $25. Raise the price. Okay? It's at least 20. Do you know how long it took to get a squirrel with blonde streaks in it to sit on my head? I'm telling you. The tail's behind me. It wasn't easy. Okay. What is this? All right. Now, could we put the address? You have to make the check out to me, Mr. Upscott. Ed Cohen. That's C-O-H-E-N. And you send it to P.O. Box 61, of my name, of course, Ed Cohen. P.O. Box 6161, Westford, Mass. 01886. If you want a receipt, let me know. Now we got the air masses up. If you want a receipt, you're doing well on there. If you want as a receipt, they will send you a receipt. Let me know if you want a receipt. And then I'll give your address in, and they will send you a receipt for tax purposes for the net. We're back. Net proceeds.
Net proceeds.
And it's for a very good cause. Thank you. I make nothing on this.
And to demonstrate how easy it is to get your own copy, I am going to purchase a copy from Ed right now. Watch this. Magic.
What magic?
$25, sir.
Thank you, darling. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
very much.
And of course.
And, oh, yes. This is the book.
This is the book.
The cloud photos are in there somewhere. There they are.
Whoa.
And of course, the tables are up there. And you paid for that. I have updated it because in the book you'll see it says the 20. No, thank you. The 25 deadliest U.S. tornadoes. What the hell? Oh, there it is. You can't read it, but I've
now
updated
how much would you
it. This
pay?
is the latest information on. And by the way, June 9th is the I think it's the 60th. What's 53? Yeah, the 60th anniversary of the Worcester, Mass. June 9th, 1953 tornado, which they do over and over again on TV.
That's what happens when you only get a tornado once every 50 years.
That's right. Thank you. And
You're welcome.
It says here, and I'm not. This is from the government, so it can't be wrong. It's 90 people died there. And the one that took care of Joplin, Missouri, 22nd May 2011, 158 people died. And that's 7th on the list. Number 1, get this one, 18 March 1925. I remember this.
Really?
Yeah. It's called the Tri-State because it went through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. 695 deaths.
Well,
They didn't have any warning then. No warning system, no radar.
no, they looked out the window and No, I do have one. I have one bone of contention for your book. I was
give you a
reading your
contention.
book.
Wait,
this
what?
is important. I was reading your book,
Go ahead.
and
You
I found
sicko.
that the information on radars was a little bit outdated. So I was kind of hoping you could update that for me.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh,
well,
great.
thank you. Because it talks about next rad radar. Well, it's no more next rad. This is from NOAA, Weather Ready. It says dual polarization radar, stepping stones to building a weather-ready nation. This was issued April 25th, 2013. Unbeknownst to the world, they were replacing
But be
radars.
announced to Mr. Cohen.
They get much better radar coverage now in determining. Actually, they can pick up the shapes of what's up there. They can even pick up mosquitoes. I know you really want to pick it.
Are they going to predict the weather better now?
Yes, because it gets much more resolution.
You heard it first here.
Thank you. Much more resolution. And they send out two beams, so they get it from two different directions, so they get better. You get better coverage on everything. And here's how they used it. May I read this, or should I?
You may.
All right, thank you. At the National Weather Service Boston Forecast Office, forecasters have made dual pole radar products part of their routine assessment of various weather scenarios. Give me a break. During the cool season, for example, dual pole radar products have become an important part to help discriminate. They discriminate, huh? Precipitation type. A good example of this occurred on November 7th and 8th, 2012. As a coastal storm brought snow to much of interior southern New England and rain to coastal locations. Well, of course, with the water in the 50. During the afternoon and evening, a coastal front set up across. That means coastal front. We didn't mention that last week. The coastal front on the east side, the wind's coming up off the ocean with mild air, and on the west side, it's coming in off the land, so it's colder. And puts a. Hey, you're up there. Oh, sorry. And as a coastal front brought snow to much of interior southern New England, snow fell to the west of the boundary. That's the front, where temperatures fell into the 30s, while rain fell to the east, where east. What? Oh, across. Whatever. Okay, good. And
As long as we're
anyway,
prepared. That's all that matters.
Shut up. I can't read. You got bifocal. No, you don't. All right, here. It stayed in the 40s on the coastal side of the front, much of that, and 30s inland, and relying on the dual pole radar, various products. National Weather Service forecasts were able to clearly identify the rain-snow line. All right, and they picked it up moving towards the coast, and that's how they made better decisions on what to forecast and when to forecast it and when to put some exciting warnings up. Thank you.
Amazing.
Why didn't you read that before? I had this all lined up, and I can't find.
I set you up. I knew all about it.
Thank you. That's right. You did. Yes.
So moving on to air masses, which is today's topic.
What about the question where somebody asked why you couldn't pronounce the name? Oh, you want to do that later, fun?
Do that later.
I'm gonna slap you. Oh.
God, got under control. All right. So the first question regarding air masses comes from Mary in Acton.
Really?
What directions do air masses come from? That's the first question.
Well, put the map up. We'll show.
Oh, it's coming. There it comes.
Let's all sing "Mana Mana."
Oh, there's a little tiny map.
We get a little bigger, please.
Let's make it bigger.
There it is.
Yay!
All right. Those are first of all, and this is in the book. It's in the book.
It's all in the book.
Right. So we don't have to put that up today. It's in the book. The tables. You don't put the tables.
I got the tables ready.
He's got the table. All right. These are the basic air masses. Continental Arctic. That comes down from guess what? The Arctic. You see the arrows where they're headed. Continental Polar. If you think continental polar is cold, try the Arctic. Then on the west coast, you have maritime polar coming in. The M means maritime and the P means polar. C means continental, A means Arctic. C means polar. All right, we got that. Then we have, you can already hear it. The continental tropical comes in from the Mexico desert, and I hope that says CT.
It does.
Thank you. Continental tropical. Maritime tropical off Baja.
All right, and there's one missing, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, not to mention maritime tropical from the Gulf and the southeast. Off the southeast coast. The maritime equatorial sneaks into, when it's really pathetic summer, maritime equatorial, thank you, maritime equatorial sneaks into Florida. So they don't have the cooling sea breeze. So Miami's 95 instead of 88. Yeah, cooling sea breeze. Like taking a bath.
It's more humid though, right?
Damn, you kidding me? You lift your shoulder and a thunderstorm breaks out. All right, yes, thank you. Next.
All right, so Mary's got two questions. It was a two-part question.
Does she? Really?
Yes, she does. I saved the second part.
Thank you.
How do the air masses move?
They move with the upper air winds. Now, the maritime polar That's how the back door cold front has the maritime polar. That's why it gets nice and cool. Yeah. There's one coming down tomorrow. Excuse me, this is Wednesday. There's one coming down for Friday. Yes.
Couldn't get tickets for today.
No, it's buying the ticket for the Montreal Express.
Montreal Express.
Ship.
What?
The upper air wind. So generally, the continental Poland kind of generally come out of Canada. Oh, if it's really continental Arctic, whoa, coming out of Siberia.
Ooh.
Nippy. Thank you.
Well, speaking of Siberia, we have a question from Trevor Sovlasnyov
This guy.
from Russia.
I'm going to kill this guy. This is a Goba Boba. He's reversed his name. Idiot.
And
This kid's never going to pass. Yes, what is it?
He asks.
It's Robert Gonosolsky, whatever the hell his name was like. Oh, sorry, whatever the guy's was. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Kid's not going to pass the class. Ex-Marine. I should have taken him out last week.
All right. Well, he really wants to know, how large can one air mass actually be? How big are you?
Bigger than... No, you're big. Well, it's big. No.
Whoa.
It can be... the Bermuda High is gigantic when it's really set up. So that's a maritime tropical air mass.
Gigantic? Is that
That's
metric?
the biggest one I can think of. What do you mean gazillion? Humongous?
No, is it metric? Is that imperial? I don't get that measurement.
Very large.
Humongous?
Very large.
Oh, I
Well,
see.
take a look at your... No, I'm sorry, you're not that big. All right, go ahead.
Ouch.
Stomach we're talking about here.
Well,
right
okay, so here's the deal.
there. You wearing
We
a
didn't
pad? Go ahead.
we didn't get a whole lot of questions
We
about
got
air
two
masses.
stinking two.
So, two stinking questions. So that means you guys got some work to do. We need to get some more questions. What is next week's
Better
show?
yet, send in the money. What?
What's next week's show?
We're doing it next week?
Well, week after next. I just say next
I can
week.
do that.
What is it?
What-
What's the topic?
What about, you want to do hurricanes? How's that?
Hurricanes.
No,
Yes.
we didn't do tornadoes, did we?
We kind of
touched on
talked
it.
about tornadoes.
Well, you can choose. Somebody's going to call in.
All right, well, okay.
We're
let
doing
us
either
know.
tornadoes or hurricanes.
Tornadoes or hurricanes, or both. Okay, so if you have questions about tornadoes or hurricanes, send them into weathered at westfordcat.org.
Yeah, not dog.
Forgot where I was.
I don't know where I am. I'm not listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay, so, however,
Yeah.
we don't have a whole lot on air masses, but we have a ton of questions that are general interest
That's
questions.
a lot.
It is.
Go
It's
ahead.
a ton.
Yeah.
Metric ton.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You ready for this?
No.
All right, first question.
Yes.
This one comes from Nicole Beck. Do you know who Nicole Beck is?
Yes, sir.
Great.
You wish you knew who she was, too. I'll tell you right now.
Maybe we should have you guys send in photos of yourself too, so we can put them on the screen when you ask the question.
We won't get past her, I'll tell you that much.
All right, she
I
wants to know.
pass out a lot when I'm in her presence.
All right, calm down. You're married. All right.
I can look.
When is the best time of year to honeymoon in Napa Valley? I want to be able to go on wine tours.
Depends on when you're going to go with me. That's what it depends on. All right. It's September. September, October is the best time.
September, October, so late in the
Actually,
growing season.
October. She doesn't want to wait that long. I can't either.
Okay.
All right. And now last year it was very warm and everything was over by the end of September. And I'm going to be in a room next to you on the wedding night, so keep it quiet in there, will you? Oh, am I allowed
All
to
right.
say that?
I wasn't listening. I was reading the next question.
Okay. All right. So it's October. I'll be over later. Thank you.
October. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Here's one from Joe, famous Joe.
That's Moran from Green Bay. Go ahead.
That's right. All right. This is a long one, so I'm gonna have to write this really small. All other factors being equal.
Yes.
Same air pressure, wind speed, and direction. Will a baseball hit to the outfield travel farther in warm, humid air or cold, dry air? Why is the difference?
It'll. Thank you, Joe. I'm going to hit you with that. All right. It travels farther, which is correct English, in the humid air because there's more water vapor in the air, and water vapor replaces some of the other gases, the marginal ones, and it
So
weighs
it travels
less.
mother in dry, cold air?
What? It travels. That's F-A-R-T-H. He just. So it travels
Spelled it
farther on a muggy day because the air is lighter because water vapor lays west. Lays west?
Lays west.
Yes.
Really?
Or lays west. Less. I'm a
Lays
speech
less.
teacher. Lays less. I taught Daffy Duck everything he knows. Hello. It weighs less. I got it. Because it's H2O, so that only weighs 618, thank you, molecular. And oxygen's O2, so that's what, 32? It weighs less, so the ball would go farther. Unless you're with the New York Mets, something would go wrong. I'm telling you, like last night, oh my God, wild pitch to lose the game.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the Mets. I wasn't even going to read this one right away. You
Please
wonder
don't.
why I'm glad about the Mets, right? The next question,
Yes,
okay,
please.
is should the Colorado Rockies Major League Baseball team build a domed stadium after the travesty of having the New York Mets play in the snow and very cold temperatures with wind chills in the teens?
May I say yes? That's not
Okay.
baseball. They had ski caps on. It was snowing. The wind's blowing, and the Mets lost all 3 games. How do you feel the ball? You can't touch. You can't. No water heaters in the back pocket. That's brilliant umpires, you know.
Now, this question's from Mark in Westford, by the way, and he also asks, the same goes for the Minnesota Twins, who also made the New York Mets play in the snow and cold.
That's right, but we won there, so that didn't matter.
So how come the New York Mets
It was
can't play when
muggy
it's
there.
cold?
What?
How come they can't play when it's cold?
That's not baseball weather. Did you ever get hit by a pitch when it's cold? Holy cow!
Sounds like an excuse to me.
Sounds like actually the head of the commissioner should have said you can't play.
No.
And in Minnesota, it wasn't as bad. It was in the 30s with light snow. This other one, you only had to take 8 inches of snow off the field. And Mets were warming up in the snow. No problem.
All right, I got another question for you.
Please do.
All right.
I gotta take a drink of booze.
This one was, I guess I have to kind of set this one up. This one was dictated to me by yourself, and I don't really understand the question. It doesn't make a lot of sense, so I'm just going to read it the way that I wrote it.
For crying out loud.
All right, this is what he said to me. Meteorologists like to say how cold it is on the top of Mount Washington, the Worcester Hills, and
That was
some
Stewie.
valleys. You can't have it
That was
both
Stewie.
ways. You want to bet? It's Stewart and Wayland. Where do you want me to put this?
I get an officer here. What?
That's
Where do
precisely
you want me to
said.
put it? I beg your pardon.
I don't know. This is what I wrote down.
Well, that's not right.
All right.
Oh, wait, you want
So
me to-
maybe you could
Shut-
interpret what he meant.
Okay. See, as you go up in the atmosphere, at least now, it's usually colder aloft.
Aloft.
Put the aloft in.
Yeah.
All right. So the Worcester Hills are higher than the coastal plain, and Mount Washington, 6,200 feet or so.
About.
All right. So that's when it's normally. But if it's a clear, calm night, it gets colder in the valley because cold air drains in. Notice the pictorial. Cold air drains in to the valley, and so that's how you can get colder in the valley than. See, on a night like that, it would be warmer. It could be warmer on the mountain or in the Worcester Hills.
For the simple reason that cold air sinks.
That's right. You sink too, by the way, and don't take me down with
Hey,
you.
I showered.
That is
All right, moving on.
moving on. Now.
How does a sea breeze act to weaken thunderstorms? So writes Kathy from Hudson, New Hampshire.
It's Kathy from Hudson, New Hampshire. Thank you.
So how does the sea breeze weaken a
Because here's the
thunderstorm?
thunderstorm coming warm air and it's rising, right? The air and the sea breeze comes in. It's cool, so it tends to knock the temperature down, and it kills the upward motion of the atmosphere, which makes the thunderstorm go. It's technical again. Look it up. It's in the book. That's how it kills it, because it makes it cooler. It stabilizes the air, and the thunderstorm doesn't like that.
Got it.
You ain't got nothing.
I got it all.
You're wasting time, man.
I know, I'm sorry. All right, here's one from Harvey Leonard. Why
No!
Wicked.
Again?
Again.
Thank you.
Why is
Wicked
the sky
local.
blue?
Because I painted it and it didn't take its medication. That's why.
Moving on.
No.
Oh, sorry. That wasn't the
If
answer.
you okay. You want to go with that? If you the color, you break the white light up into the colors of the rainbow. Oh, Roy G. Biv. Hi.
Roy G. Biv.
Red, orange. You remember Roy? Played for the White Sox too. Red, orange, yellow,
Green.
green, blue, indigo, and violet. In the early morning and late in the evening, sunrise, sunset, quickly go the day, something. We sell tickets to that too, don't we? No. You get the clouds look reddish because the red end of the spectrum is getting through at that time of the day. During the rest of the day, the blue part gets through the best. The atmosphere filters. Thank you. What are you doing that for? Oh, thank you. Thank you for that question, Harvey.
I'm just nodding, yes.
You want to nod off this. Come on, you're wasting my time.
Sorry. All
By
right.
the way, I moved the decimal point at the bank and they still didn't pay me.
Of course not. 0.0, still 0. All right, here we go.
I moved it right to the right. Go ahead.
Marcio from Hudson
Oh,
asks.
you didn't get that right either. What
It
did
says
you say?
Marcio.
You got that right, okay.
Thank you.
He's a good repairman, too.
Awesome.
No, good.
Why is the pollen count so high?
Because it hasn't rained in a long, long time. And with the heat, with this time of year, the pollen's coming up, and there's nothing to wash it out. There's no rain to wash it out. And the atmosphere is just sitting there. It's the same air we've been drinking, drinking for days. And that's why it's so high. You need the precipitation to wash it out. Then the mold spores kill you, but what the heck? The pollen's down. And
So
this is tweed season. Then we have grass season. Then we have the
Tweeds
good
and
old...
grass.
You do grass?
Tweeds and grass.
Oh, yes, and then we do, then the people have ragweed season. And ragweed season, look, when you mow the lawn, for crying out, that's not a mum plant, okay? That's a ragweed plant. Cut it down. All right. Thank you.
Oof.
And we're not going to get rain for at least a week yet.
Yay.
Yeah. So,
All right.
wait a minute. And I predict that when it finally does rain, people will call up the police department and say, maybe I shouldn't say, people will wonder, that's better, will wonder, what's these unidentified, I can't even say it, what's these unidentified falling objects? Thank you. You loused it up for me. I look
didn't
at your
do
face,
anything.
I can't say anything. Only a mother could love that. Does she love
Yeah,
that?
she loves me. All
Yeah,
right,
I
so
wouldn't go to, I spoke to her last night. She said, lose weight.
no mother jokes.
Yeah, I'm
All
sorry.
right, speaking of allergy season,
Yes.
Lori from Fitchburg, Mass. wonders...
Does she wonder?
She does.
Thank you. Higher top route, too.
She wonders as she wonders. Does goldenrod, which normally appears in August, bother allergy sufferers?
Nay.
Nay.
I said nay.
Nay, you
because
say.
nay. My horse, Mr. Ed. I'm counting with my foot.
Of course.
Of course, horses, of course. All right. No, because the pollen from a ragweed bush is very heavy and falls down right next to the plant. So you have to walk through it to get bothered. With the ragweed, it's so light the pollen it gets blown all over the place. That's the problem. Yes.
I see.
And don't worry about the yellow house in a few weeks. With the pine,
Okay.
that's not a problem.
All right, now I have a question for me.
Yeah, well, let me read this.
Go ahead.
Where is
This
it?
question's for me.
Where is it?
It's down here. It's number 12.
Number 12.
Wait, 11. Sorry.
What?
Number 11.
Why? Huh.
Go ahead.
It is true. This is. Where is it? Oh, why can't you pronounce my name correctly? You idiot. Oh, I added that. I'm sorry. Rajani Acton, Mass. Thank you for this.
Well, Rajani, the reason I can't pronounce your name is because, well, to be honest, I choose not to because it bothers Ed so much.
Thank you. And
There
it
you have
bothers
it.
me you said that. Go ahead. I'm not a violent person, but I can be with you.
Yeah. Well. All right, so here we go. Here's another question that we've been sitting on for a couple of weeks. And that's what I'm doing. God, geez, who's asking the questions here? All right, so Roxy from Manchester asks.
This is a guy, by the way. He was in the military. Long story. He came in for. Oh,
We don't
go
have
ahead.
time.
All right, I don't have time
Sorry.
for the story. Go ahead.
I'm sure it's a great story, though.
It is.
So he asks, what is the Fujiwara effect?
All right. A Japanese scientist, strangely named Fujiwara.
Wawa?
Fujiwara. Now, in my book, it says that you take tropical systems, and when they get close to each other, they tend to rotate around each other. Well, I don't know. Traveling, they tend to rotate around each other. They don't join, hook up. They don't get married, all right? And that's what it was, and that's low pressure areas that are not tropical. They can either they can join together and form a general area low pressure, or one can croak and the other one becomes stronger. Usually the one along the coast, all right. And that was originally used just for. He found it for tropical systems. Now they started to use it for. Now they started to use it for extratropical storms. That's cold core, cold center. Cold when you go up in the middle. Tropical, it's warm. So they just started that. All right?
Sounds
I
good.
think they applied it to Hurricane Sandy.
Oh.
All right.
All right, so here we have another effect question. This one's from Katie in Chelmsford. She asks,
Who the heck is Katie? Oh, I know who it is.
Katie, yeah, it's Katie. She asks, what is the Transylvania effect?
All right. Oh, I'm trying to be. I got my Dracula things on today.
Not sure he's okay.
Shut up. Long collar. Hey, you can get this from my dinosaur.
Focus.
All right. That you have snow on the ground and warm air comes in. And you get this little fog that's blowing around with the wind over the snow piles and not over where it's no snow. That is the Transylvania effect. This reminds me, the Moors, and then Dracula shows up.
It looks like an old movie.
Yeah, which you happen to show, and I can't figure out what's going on.
All right, so we only have a couple minutes left, so I want to get through a couple of springtime questions first. First one, why are weather forecasters so worried about rivers and streams flooding in the spring? That's from Mary.
Which is actually going on. What, Mary, what?
In Acton.
Thank you. That's actually going on. The Wed River.
So why are they worried about it?
Rabbit. Can we rabbit you? Because of the rain, heavy rains on top of snow melt. They get flooding. And I mean flooding.
Well, it seems like we're either worried about flooding or we're worried about droughts.
You're darn right we are.
So
who worries it? Yeah.
Maybe we just need to work on better places to put the water.
Maybe we should work on not raining so much on top of where the snow melt is, and then they had Chicago almost washed away with this with a system before this one. My God, I think 11 inches, something like. They got deluged. Wow. So where's the water gonna go? In the river.
Great Lakes.
Don't lift up. No, goes the other way. The rivers flow the other way.
Gulf of Mexico.
Eventually. By the way, the Mississippi River is less likely to flood even after the Missouri comes in. After the Ohio comes in, because the channel is wider down there.
All right, we've got another one. This is from Eric and Methuen. Do the amount or type of foliage, trees and such, have an effect on the weather in a certain region, or does the weather determine the amount or type of foliage?
The weather does.
The weather affects the foliage.
Yes, and so that's why if it stays warm, there'll be a later turn to the leaves, and maybe you don't get a good color, which has been trying to happen now at the warmer falls.
Ooh, 2 more short questions.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of summer will we have, Marion from Acton?
I'll let you know
in the
September.
fall.
No, I think it's going to be a hot one. You know, we're above normal now. It's 10 degrees above normal every day. And in the summer, that would mean we're in the 90s every day. Don't tell me it's dry. It won't be.
You're going to complain about the heat then, aren't you?
No, I loved it.
He always worried about 10 minutes ago, he's saying it was hot in here. 71. Okay. All right. Don't worry. I got it under control. We got 7 seconds left to ask this question. Watch this.
Yes, go ahead.
What will our last day on Earth be like?
Who sent that?
Marion from Acton.
I'll let you know, Marion. Because I'm signed by CNN, the Cohen News Network, to cover that. I covered the Big Bang.
Okay, so we are actually out of time.
Which is the start of the universe. Don't get excited here.
So, final words.
Yes.
Please send us your questions to weathered@westfordcat.org. Also, please consider purchasing one of Ed's books.
Now, don't consider. Do it.
Don't consider
it. Going out to dinner,
just do it.
Getting liquor, alcohol.
It's for a great cause.
What? It is.
It's for a great cause. All the net proceeds go directly to the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's research.
Yes.
And anything else we need to say?
No.
No.
Remember to sign the check.
Remember to sign the check, yeah. All right, so.
You can buy more than one book, you know? What the heck?
That's true. You don't even have to, you can just give us extra and he will donate all the extra.
I will. Yeah, if you give me 50, if you give me like 50, then that's what? Then they get the extra 25. I'm not keeping it.
That's right. It's tax deductible. We're well out of time, so we will see you next time.